What's up guys, it's Lord Both here for another video, and it's a gaming news heavy week this week because Gamescom is actually going on, and while we did get some interesting stuff in the first day, or should I say the first 20 minutes of the first showcase, I will also say that the Xbox showcase that happened today, that is August 20, 2025, well, let's just say that the entertainment and information value that we got out of it was,
nothing!
I don't know, negative? I felt dumber watching the whole thing. It was so horrifically boring, I wanted to commit seppuku. Just so I would have something that occupied my attention. I mean, truly awful. One of the most boring, horrific showcases I've ever seen.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
It was so boring and horrific that it was a struggle to even find any comedy of how bad it was. And I was watching it via a stream that was pretty much roasting it. And it was difficult for them to do that because that's how horribly boring that showcase was. I mean, this showcase did a 20-minute talk and walkthrough of an invincible fighting game.
Why?
Why do you need 20 minutes on a fighting game? Especially on a niche comic turned animated TV series, Invincible. Seriously, about 80% of the things in these showcases could have been reveal videos that they could have posted on YouTube and Twitter. In fact, I would say the only interesting thing that happened during this whole day of the showcase was what PlayStation decided to do in the middle of Xbox's showcase.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Which is still proof that despite the fact that Xbox's showcase was so terribly boring it made me want to jump out a window, figuratively speaking, PlayStation is still the king of douchebaggery. Why? Well, this comes to us from Discussing Film, and it states PlayStation is increasing the price of the PS5 in the United States starting tomorrow.
Hands up, cash out.
New prices are set PS5 at $549.99.
What?
PS5 Digital Edition $500.
What?
And the PS5 Pro had a very, very cost-effective $750.
Son of a
I want to reiterate the fact that $750 is about maybe $200 off of a low-end gaming PC. At these prices, it would literally make more sense for you to just blow the extra $200 and get a low-end gaming PC that you can upgrade as you go along. Basically what I have done myself. But it's just insane to me, man. Consoles used to be low price options to get into gaming. Cost-effective options for people who couldn't afford gaming PCs to still be able to enjoy video games as a hobby and means of entertainment. Now they are turning these things into luxury items. And what are they blaming on? Well, here we have their actual statement provided to us via the GameStop account, actually, in which it states, similar to many global businesses, we continue to navigate a challenging economic environment.
I declare bankruptcy!
As a result, we've made the difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price for PlayStation 5 consoles in the US starting on August 21st. The updated recommended retail price for PlayStation 5 consoles in the US are as follows. And it gives those prices right there. Recommended retail prices for PlayStation 5 accessories remain unchanged, and we have no other price changes to announce for additional markets. So yay guys! They're not increasing the prices of the controllers and all the doodad add-ons.
Shut up and take my money.
Isn't that great? You know, don't be distracted from the fact that they've still raised prices on you again on their consoles that have been out for years now. You remember when consoles used to actually decrease in price as they got older, right? Because the technology was less valuable and more cheap to attain. Of course, now they're going to use the argument, oh, well, it's not as cheap to obtain anymore. It costs more to actually make and manufacture them. You got to factor in, the tariffs, bro, and the economic, what is it they say here? The economic environment. See, you know how this is a load of bullshit? Because if the economic environment changed tomorrow and the tariffs magically went away, I'm going to bet that those prices that they increased to would stay the same. Okay, maybe tomorrow's too bold. But within a week, right? As soon as they start to get some of their first sales on these new prices, and they know people are completely okay with paying the new prices, they'll never go back. This is the way things go. It took massive backlash and consistent bullying of developers and publishers just to get them to think that maybe, just maybe, $80 for games isn't right for some games. And that maybe we should have different prices for different games. Not that they were even going back to the old prices, but some games are going to be priced less, but $80 is still going to be the new standard. By the way, if you think I'm a PlayStation hater and this is all just PlayStation's fault, no, it's not. Xbox is raising their prices too, but we've known about that for a while now. And yes, they are asshole for doing so.
Everyone, boo this.
Especially considering the fact that they have inferior tech to PlayStation. That's just a fact. If you want to get really angry at anybody here, Nintendo is the one you should be angry at, because they opened the floodgates with all this stuff when it came to the Switch 2.
Pay me my money.
Because not only were they raising prices on stuff, they raised prices on stuff before the whole tariffs and economic conditions, or whatever the hell you want to call it. So they have room to raise prices even more and be like, well, we put those prices out before the economic environment changed. So you're going to be paying more probably for Switch 2s, and you're even paying more for Switch 1s already, which that's an insane concept for me. That you're paying more money for an outdated console that's not just an outdated console, it's an outdated handheld console. And not just that, it's an outdated Nintendo handheld console.
Couldn't be me.
The truth is, this is just going to push people more into PC gaming, because they're going to see these prices and be like, well, I could buy a PC at that point. So they're going to invest in a PC. Yes, there will still be fanboys, especially in the PlayStation market, that are going to buy their PS5s and PS6s and PS12s or whatever the hell they go to, because Sony apparently is not abandoning the console market, despite the fact that they're secretly, not so secretly, copying Xbox to move more towards being a platform rather than actual console business. But that's a completely different subject that we're not going to get into here. But they will still be bought by those fanboys. And I guess PlayStation is going to become a very, very high-end luxury product that will be inferior tech to PCs and growing inferior tech to a lot of PCs, I think, as more and more people get into PC gaming and the technology becomes more in demand.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
As for Xbox, well, they're barely in the console business anymore. It's quite clear that they don't want to be in the console business anymore. They want to be a platform that's basically digitally selling you games. And Nintendo, well, they're going to do whatever the hell Nintendo wants to do. Probably charge you more money for it. And what are you going to do? Play your Nintendo games somewhere else? Nope. And if you try to, well, we'll sue you, because that's the Nintendo way. Anyway, these price increases are insane. They're going to continue to happen. And the only thing I'm looking forward to is exactly what the crash outs are going to be in terms of these price increases and fanboys trying to come out of the woodwork to actually defend them. And people like, oh no, it's Alex, coming out making videos where he's basically turning into Ric Flair.
Promise you this, above all else, I'm going to be more obnoxious, more overbearing.
And I'm just here for it. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave in the comments. If you like this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.